Guys, today we're taking a look at a game that was just released globally. It is called Girl Cafe Gun. If you think the name of the game is weird, it's actually pretty accurate to what the game actually is. It is 1/3 waifus. It is 1/3 cafe management simulator. Yes, it is 1/3 cafe management simulator. It is 1/3 top-down shooter game. So let's take a look at the game and let's see what it's all about. This was released in China not too long ago. We just got a global release. Let's go to fight because the game wants us to fight. But we just got a global release, 1 day ago, 2 days ago. I did do some summons. You do get a 10 pull. Actually, the thing in the beginning of the game, you do get a 10 pull, and then you can keep doing it as much as you want. Actually, I don't know if it's as much as you want, so maybe I shouldn't say that. You can keep doing your pulls if you get better RNG, so you can re-roll very easily in this game. I think you have to play for like half an hour to an hour before you re-roll. So, well, it depends on how fast you do things. Also, there's some unskippable story elements, which I'm not a huge fan of the unskippable story elements, because most of these you can do, well, actually, you can't see it. There's a button right by menu where you can just skip this story element. So that story element you can skip, but some of them you actually can't skip. So I'm not a huge fan of, like, just smashing the screen for 10 minutes being like, why is there no skip button? I don't have time to actually read all the story elements right now. Hey, there we go. So, actual gameplay-wise, I do really like the gameplay. I also like that it's, like, kind of synchronous. Also, these units could be upgraded more. We're on, like, level 2 right now. But, yeah, these units could be upgraded more. I think we have plenty of XP that we could upgrade them more. But these are some new units anyway. So, let's go over here. I don't know why I was trying to go. Would you come over here? I like the fact that they're, synchronized, though. So, for whatever reason, it pleases my brain and my eyes to see them all moving in unison, right? And then we also have some ults. We also have some dashes, which I don't even know why I'm not using the dashes, because the dashes are super fun. And then also, I don't want to take all this damage, but we're going to take all the damage anyway, because I'm not doing a very good job at avoid. You know what? There's 3 units on the battlefield on your side. There's no way I'm going to avoid all of these blasts. We're going to take some damage. There's no 2 ways around it. So there are also element advantages in this game, element advantage and disadvantage. So if you see we're shooting some of the enemies, I forgot what exactly they're called, but kind of the same as in other games where there's fire, water, wind, whatever, and then light and dark. This one has, again, I don't remember, psionic and not psionic. I don't know, but there is element advantages and disadvantages in the game. So if we shoot some of the enemies, and you see like some of the little red numbers, the red numbers mean that they are advantage, and the white numbers mean disadvantage, and then the gray numbers mean that they are... That's at least what the game says. I'm like, do you mean crits? I feel like we're critting and not critting. But that's one of the tutorials for the game. It's like tells you about the advantages and disadvantages. So some units might be better depending on what enemies you fight later on. Some of your team members might be better at fighting them than others, just based on the type that they are. But like I said, this is basically just 1/3 of the game. The rest of the game is 1/3 waifu collector, and boy do they waifu it up. I mean, they really waifu it up. This is my favorite. So, as far as the shooter part of the game, I really like the shooter part. We didn't even use our dashes. We didn't even use our ults. Okay, we gotta play more of the shooter because we didn't do a very good job. We didn't do a very good job as usual. We didn't do a very good job shooting things with the shooters. So yeah, let's do this and let's go over to the waifus and let's go over and we'll just skip that one. Yep. There we go. So let's use, for example, we have our dashes, which allows us to avoid enemies fairly quickly. If you guys know what dash does, you're like, I think you said dash. I figured out what dash did before you even had the explanation. And then we also have our ults. So this one ult from one of our units is a freeze kind of thing. So actually, we won't use it now. We'll use it in a bit. Do a little dash. Those dashes are super cute, though. I like this little chibi art style, chibi top-down art style. Let's do one of these. So this is, it deploys this little thing, and this is going to freeze enemies. So oh my goodness, there's so many of them. So yeah, it frees enemies in this, like a CC thing. Freeze enemies in this little sphere, right? So that's pretty cool, but generally you want to use it in places where you're getting attacked by hordes of enemies, which there's plenty of those in this game. Let's go over here, and then we also have, I don't even know if I took a look at all these, because these are new units. Like I said, you get the gacha pull, 10 pull that you can reroll in the very beginning. So I have not played with all of these units in extensive gameplay just yet. Let's do one of these ults. I'm not entirely sure what exactly. Oh no, never mind. That's the one that I actually know what it does. That's the one that I actually know what it does. Let's use that other, the green one. Yeah, let's see what the green one does. So this is basically 1/3 of the game. The other thirds are waifu and cafe. I don't really like I'm not super excited about the cafe simulator part. Let's do Freezy Freeze over here. But I do like the shooter kind of gameplay. I think that this is fun. And I thought, you know, I figured, I'm like, chibi shooter, I'm gonna like this. I kind of like the style of the game too, of being, I'm not sure what exactly it's called, like the technology oriented chibi kind of thing, like the same as Arknights and Punishing Gray Raven. If you guys have seen like the main menu, you guys probably saw some similarities to Arknights, Punishing Gray Raven, things like that. Other of those anime technology games. I don't really know what exactly anime tech cybernetic games should be referred to as, though. Wow, we're taking a lot of damage. I probably shouldn't be walking directly into the enemy gunfire. So, yeah, that probably was a bad idea. But you guys get a little bit more of an example of the actual... I mean, not that we died or anything, right? Not that we retreated, but, yeah. No deployed member has retreated. So yeah, that is 1/3 of the gameplay. There's also a lot of story elements. I both like and dislike story. I think that it's great for games to have stories so that people can kind of get lost in the world of whatever the game it is. I'm personally, I feel like I personally never have enough time for the story, but I think that it's good that they have story. I just wish it was more optional, because like I said, that the story, there was a story element in there that was just like 10 minutes of just clicking on the screen. I'm like, I'm not reading this. Why is there no skip button on this one, right? And then they do the gacha 10 pull. So very similar also to Arknights and other games. Like, of course, it's not Arknights style of gameplay, but very similar to that is how Arknights has like the barracks and things. They don't call it barracks, they call it something else. But how they have the barracks where you have to upgrade things, and you basically, it's like a management simulator style. We also have the guide here, which is nice. It just shows you what you're supposed to be doing next. We have this little cafe mode where you basically, it's a cafe management kind of thing. So I did not go super far into this, but yeah, it's a cafe style furniture store. So you have furniture, again, very similar to some of the other games where they're like, we want to have your wife. It's basically basically like a harem. It's an anime harem thing where you buy them furniture, etc., etc. You decorate all of these things to make it exactly what you want. But there's a lot of similarities to this in Arknights as far as menu system and management side of it. However, this isn't, like I said, this is a cafe, and the other one was like a bunker barracks kind of thing. I'm not really a huge fan of that. I'm more of a huge fan of the... I wonder if we have any... we can go here to supply. But yeah, I like the gameplay. I don't really necessarily like, hey, we have I didn't even notice we have another 10 pull. Where did we get that second 10 pull? I don't know. But you guys can see some of the summons. So that means we get... So we got super rare, and we get... Most of them are rare. We got a super rare, and we got an ultra rare. Okay, so the girl with the little orange thing on top of her. Actually, we got 2 ultra rares. So the super rare is the one with the purple light, the second one from the left. And then the 2 ultra rares are the one behind the cash register and the one right in front of the cash register are the ultra rares. So this is just a rare. This is the, what do we say, super rare? Because I think they usually, I think they just all go from left to right, don't they? Irene. I don't remember if we already had Irene. Oh, this is the ultra rare. Okay, so they don't go from left to right. And we have a doo-doo. We have a doo-doo one. We have a common. Another common. Why you gotta be common? You seem cool. Oh, these ones are actually more clothed than the other ones. You guys missed it. We got all the half-naked ones before. I know what I'm going to say is going to be very controversial. Some people are going to disagree with me. There's like some scenes in some of these games, this game also, where there's like a little, oops, I did a little thing, and then you'd see up my skirt and you see my underwear and things. I'm like, I don't know. It's just not, it's not my thing. So, look at that personality. Look how they just pan up. You don't have to worry about her face. You don't even worry about her face. You just see the personality, right? Okay, which has, of course, its own physics system. Very important to have physics system on that instead of the rest of it. So, yeah, it's just like sometimes it's unnecessary upskirt things. Well, I don't know why it would ever be necessary, but yeah, I know if, whatever. Bread girl. You know what? I kind of like her just because she's eating bread. I don't know. I don't know why. I just like her because she's eating bread. And also there's costumes and things like that. And they're like, we gave you some ultra rares. Give us some. So let's actually see what kind of different things we got. We gave you some ultra rares. So you can go and give us a good rating on the App Store. So what does she do? Let's take a little bit of a look. Explosion nearby. Enemy 2905. Stagger damage to target 7 okay. I'm going to pretend I'm reading all of this. There's a lot of stuff here. So. But that's basically it. We could do some more in-depth on it. Girl Gun Cafe. I think we basically see, like, for the most part, the general gist of the game. I don't know if I want to keep playing this or not. Like, there's, again, the parts of the game that are, you know, the shooter style of gameplay, the actual fighting, I really like. But then again, there's, like, all the... And, there's the auto button, too. We could take a look. Let's take a look at the auto button, guys. You're like, oh, okay, that's why you don't want to play, because the auto button. Let's go to, yeah, let's go to here. Let's go to here. Let's go to here. We should stick, oh, okay. Why are we taking allied units? We're fine. Why you not even have faith in our squad? And then we just click the auto mode, which is kind of a bummer, but I mean, it's a mobile game. They're all gonna have auto battlers. They're all basically gonna have auto battle things, which unfortunately you already know. I don't have to rant about it anymore. You guys already know I don't like the auto battle thing. But like the most fun part of the game for me is the part that we have to play on auto. So anyway, yeah, this is a Girl Cafe gun. It's pretty fun. If I think that you guys are at this point are gonna know whether you're gonna like it or not. It's an anime waifu game. It was basically like Arknights, but a top-down shooter instead of a top-down shooter with a cafe version instead of a tower defense with a bunker. I could have just said that, with the video would have been over in 15 seconds. That would have been the best thing. No, that would have been bad for audience retention. I mean, you just said the same thing for like 15 minutes at this point. So that's, yes, that's all of my videos. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. Again, just the same thing. It's like, it's a cool game, but the most fun part of the game is the part that the auto button eventually gets stuck into. So as far as gameplay, I think it's cool though. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll play more of this. Maybe not. I had higher hopes for it, but that's just because I in my mind I was blocking out the auto button. I'm like, no, they won't put an auto button. And I'm like, they will put an auto button in there. I'm like, no, they won't. I'm like, they will put an auto button in there. Like, they... Anyway, that's it for this one. See you guys always in the next one.